guys, welcome to another episode of the Whiskey Diaries. I'm your host Martin Lang, and we're here at Death and Taxes, and today we're going to talk about a single bottle. It's called the Balvenie single barrel 15-year-old. Now, this is probably, I would say, top 3 best whiskies I've ever had, and that I can drink at any time, any given time, no matter where, no matter when. It's early in the morning, late at night, doesn't matter. It's an incredible whiskey. It's semi-rare at the moment. You can still find it on the streets if you get lucky enough, but it's not something that you can just grab off the shelf because, as it says, as the name implies, it's a single barrel, so each bottle was limited. The sherry cask that they use is a 500-litre sherry vat. We talked about sherry casks in the past. You can watch some of the other episodes. We also talk about the Balvenie distillery. The interesting fact about this that we're going to go through is the quality of the casks. So Balvenie started experimenting in the 80s. David Stewart, actually, he's the pioneer, one of the pioneers of experimenting with double maturation. The reason why they were able to experiment double maturation is because Balvenie, Glenfiddich has its own cooperage. So the cooperage there, they fix and they create and they restave, they char their own barrels to the light, so they can do whatever they want. So in the 80s, they started investigating on how to work, how double maturations will work. Before that, it was either 100% cherry cask or 100% bourbon casks. In the 80s, with David Stewart, the master distiller, he started blending between aging a whiskey in like 6 years in American oak and another 6 years in sherry casks, and so on and so on. Seems pretty simple right nowadays. A lot of people do it, but in the 80s it was quite revolutionary. Now, this sherry cask is 100% European oak. European oak compared to American oak is slightly more porous. And it gives a lot more tannins to the whiskey. Now, American oak usually gets toasted or charred, which means they actually just put the inside of the barrel with an open flame, and there are different levels of charring. Now, the European oak gets only toasted. This one in particular gets a little bit more toasted than normal, just because the flavors that they're looking for are like dry sherry. Dry fruits and like Christmas puddings, basically a classic sherry cask. Now, I was lucky enough in 2014 to be at the distillery when they were first bottling this whiskey, and I actually got a bottle of it myself directly from the barrel, and it was so delicious. I drank it during the whole trip and never had it enough. But this is basically exactly the same. They guarantee you that this is one barrel alone. They don't blend it with other barrels. It's minimum 15 years, and if it's not ready at 15 years, they probably leave it there, and then they let it age for another 5 or 10, and they do a 21, or they blend it with other whiskies. But this one is, it says on the bottle, it says on the box, it's a very classic, very tasty looking box. So this is the first one that we got a hold of this bottle again probably a week ago. We were out of stock for a long time out of this whiskey because as soon as we get it, it basically sells off, and it's a really, really, really good whiskey. Now, what you expect from this one is basically the epitome of sherry. It just tastes exactly what a sherry whiskey should taste like. There it goes. And look at that color. If you can see there, that color is just absolutely stunning. It's just bright red. There it goes. So this one is 47.8, which is not too high for a single cask, which is not bad enough, not bad at all. So I wouldn't recommend to put any water into this whiskey. And there is, oh my God, it's just the new make of Balvenie. If you ever get the chance to go to the distillery, it's absolutely stunning. You can drink that without any age. But as soon as for some reason, Balvenie works really, really well on sherry casks. It's like as soon as you put it in a sherry cask, it's just incredible. And then, you get those dry fruits, definitely apricots, definitely dry peaches in there. The slight berries, that tannic from the sherry cask. Absolutely stunning whiskey, and definitely if you can find it on the shelf, I will highly recommend it. Slán Jabbar, we'll see you next time.